it's time to put the first coat on. And I'm going to show you a couple of steps to make sure that you do it the proper way. First thing you want to do is shake up your can really good. I probably shake it up for a couple of minutes. I've been shaking this can before the camera came on. But just on the paper or somewhere where it's not on the panel that you're going to paint, you just want to kind of get the paint started, especially if it's a new can. So you know the paint's coming out and you've got a good even stream on it. So you're always going to want to wear a mask. Again, these are at Home Depot. They're cheap enough, and don't paint without one because the paint goes in your lungs and it doesn't come out. So what we're going to do is just put a very light coat first, and we're going to put a couple of light coats first, and then we'll get into a medium coat and a heavy coat probably about the second or third coat. You're going to want to hold it about 4 inches away and just give a good steady stream, and then when you're coming back you're going to want to overlap about half the coat, right, just like that. What we're going to want to do though is go all the way across the panel. Try to keep it as even and steady as you possibly can. And remember, this is the first coat. We're just putting on a nice, even, really light coat, just so we can get the paint down on the panel, so the other paint will grab onto it better. You're not trying to cover it right now. You're just trying to put a nice little thin coat of paint on there. Okay, now we're going to wait for that to dry about 5 or 10 minutes, and we're going to put another light coat on it to get a nice even coat, and then we're going to lay on a thicker coat after that. Areas where you might have went through to the metal, you can spray them a little bit more to cover them up, and maybe a spot spray them. Just make sure that you don't go too crazy with it and get too much paint in these areas. Just so it covers up a little more. How you doing, guys? Back with the Hyundai, and as you see, we've painted the hood and the bumper. The bumper looks really nice, so we're not going to wet sand the bumper, but we are going to wet sand the hood to get a little bit more sheen out of it, or to make it shiny. And I don't know if you can see that really good, but you can see how there's a good shine here and there's not a good shine here. So by taking wet sandpaper and you definitely have to make sure it's always wet, and by sanding it down. Oh, wait a minute, another Cash for Cars call. How can I help you? Okay, what kind of vehicle do you have? Okay, well, we'll touch base with you at noon. And if you have any pictures, please send them along with the address. Thank you. Bye-bye. Now back to sanding. Okay, so you want to get the sandpaper wet, and then just really lightly, because all you're really trying to do is knock off the rough part of it, and you're trying to smooth it out a little bit. And what we're going to do, if you look at how I have it laid out right here, you'll see I start with 800 grit, and then I go to 1000, and then I'll go to 1500, and then I'll go to 2000 grit. You could start with 2000 grit, but it's really going to take a lot more time to get there. So if you sand in between with all these steps, by the time you get to the 2000 grit, it's going to go really quick, and you're going to get a better finish. So after we wet sand this hood down, we're going to take a rubbing compound, and we're going to rub a rubbing compound on it, and then after that we're going to put a polish on it. When we put the polish on it, it's going to bring the shine back up, and just out of a spray paint can, we're going to get a factory shine. Hey guys, this is Ray, and I just want to thank you for watching my videos. And if you like my videos, you should go to carflippinguniversity.com, and there's a lot of other videos pertaining to automobiles in any aspect. So buying and selling vehicles, fixing vehicles, diagnosing vehicles. We have a lot of information. Even if you don't flip cars, you'll find a lot of information in there, extremely useful. We've been doing this for a very, very long time, and we've simplified the process. So highly recommend that you go to carflippinguniversity.com. Go in there now, and I'll see you on the inside.